Alright everybody, welcome to tutorial number 21 in the series Intro to Charting in Behavioral Sciences. In the last tutorial, we worked on getting our axes lined up in uniform. I'm not sure if I covered it in the last video, but I formatted these axes to share this same maximum and minimum and major increment. So the jump from 1 to 2 and 2 to 1 is 1. I was able to make that uniform in all three of these cases. It's not always the case in practice. So with your data, you should adjust it accordingly. Before we go any further, I'm going to change this title to, let's say, multiple baseline treatment evaluation. So it looks like we're evaluating this treatment across three different things, whether that's environment or function or so on. All right. Before we go past this point, we should add at least a text box to indicate to the viewer just what's different about this one versus this one versus this one. And text boxes can be tricky in a complex plot like this, because when you draw on them manually, Excel is going to make a guess based on where you clicked for where to stick that. It's going to try to decide who owns that box, and that can be very challenging to click in. So what we're going to do is we're going to trick Excel. I'm going to go back to our sheet. What we're going to do is we're just going to add a text box here. I'm going to go up to Insert, to this text box. And we're just going to draw onto here. And we're going to say, let's make one for attention. There's one. We'll insert another text box. One for demand. Oops. And we'll do another for, go to insert, text box, for tangible. Since we don't want this, well, maybe we do want the box. So let's actually change the line around this box. We're going to format it. Go to solid line. We'll make that a nice black line. And then we'll make the font the same. So we'll go to the font, Times New Roman. We'll make that 12. And if we go to this Format tab, we could change the width and the height by numbers here, which I think is a little bit easier than trying to eyeball it. So I'm going to say for the height, let's shrink that down. It looks like 0.3 is pretty good. We'll go to the home key, and we'll just say Excel, put that in the middle. And then we'll go back to drawing, and then we'll just keep shrinking the width until it's a size that we think is pretty good. 2 inches looks, well, maybe let's do 1.5 inches. So it's the same thing for demands. We'll select demands. We'll go to the font type. We'll make that Times New Roman. We'll bump up the size to 12. We'll format this shape. For the line, we'll make it black. Let's also align it to the center so it's easier to eyeball. And since we remember the numbers before, we're just going to go into this height box, and you'll just enter 0.3. And then for the width, we'll enter 1.5. So Excel does a really good job of doing all that math for us without any eyeballing. Last, we're going to do this tangible box. We're going to select it. Let's change the font type to Times New Roman. We'll increase the font size. We'll make it black. And let's align it now before we change any colors. We'll right click on Format Shape. We'll go to Line, and we'll color that to black. And then we'll go up to this Drawing Tools tab to Format, and we'll change that height to 0.3, our width to 1.5. And these are tabs that we could take them and we could drop them into the chart, and they're already pre-sized. So I'm gonna take this top one, and I'm gonna go up here to Home, and I'm just gonna say cut this from here. I'm gonna click on my multiple baseline tab. I'm gonna click on the very, very edge of this plot. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna really just say, it's gonna pick the entire thing, and when I go to paste it, it's going to drop it just right on top, which is exactly what I want. So if you put it anywhere, it's going to be on top of all the data. So that's good. So let's take attention, and we'll put that up there. We'll save it. We'll go back to our sheets. We'll pick this box. We'll go to Cut. Go down to my multiple baseline. We'll click this very tiny edge over here. We'll go to Paste. We'll move Demand down here. Let's save it. Go to our sheets. We'll pick Tangible. We'll go up here. We'll go to Cut. We'll deselect all this, select this outside edge, and then we'll go to Paste. Now, things look like they're a little bit more understandable, that the reader would know exactly what's different about these similar looking plots. In the next tutorial, we'll begin styling the individual line series specific to the functions in here, and then start demarcating the baseline and treatment components in a way that's shared across the individual plots. So until then, stay tuned to the website and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.